Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Resonant Rise. My name is Brink, and we have some things planned for today. But I just wanted to give you a quick little walk around the block, just so you can see how it looks like so far. A little bit of progress that we've done here and there. Vines growing all over the way I wanted. Some fountains going. A little water pond out here. And we do have another little water pond over here. A little fountain where Bambi's going to get shot in a second. But, we have some things we need to do. I need some resources. And, of course, with every episode of Resonant Rise, you'll hear people saying they need. But this we do need because of the fact that we're moving on to a different mod. And for that mod, I need some resources. And those resources are what you're seeing here, going to be implemented with this little courtyard garden area. I don't know if you can call it a courtyard, but I divided it as best as I can, and I'm disappointed with the way it came out. I'm not too happy with it. Has a little bit of a roof overhang, a little awning for the entrance because I don't want to get wet as I'm looking out and observing all of my plantations. I have some plantations that I need to grow, and those are the resources we're looking for. Not any typical plantations. Witchery plantations. I want to move into Witchery for a little while. That's a good mod. I've done it before and I haven't gone as far as I wanted to. And so we got to get some resources going. And I need some Witchery trees. And for that, we got some steps to do. So I thought I'd take you around the block so you can see that I'm limited with the spaces that I have because these trees are a little bit close to my base. And I wasn't expecting that. I thought I had plenty of room. But actually, I am kind of tight all around. And so I'm disappointed with how small or compressed this looks. It looks nice, but it looks like I'm forcing myself to limit the size I'm going left and right and even deep because I can't go any further. The trees won't grow over here, so I had to cut it over here. Yeah, I'm going to move this. I'm going to destroy it and move it somewhere else. But I do want to get this episode going because I'm kind of limited on time in real life, IRL. So I'm just going to get it going. And after I get established with a few of the resources that this is going to produce, I think I'm going to move that tree farm back here behind the trees, beyond the forest, on this side. And I got to move the Tinker Smeltery also at some time or another. But we're going to move the tree farm back here. And I think that'll be a better idea. It doesn't need to be next to the base. I mean, I could always transfer anything that I need of the resources from it into my ME system via ender chests. So let's get started. I'm going to need planters, and I've built them already. I'm going to need harvesters, and I've built them already. Item conduits to get things going, and energy conduits to keep them going. I'm just making stuff up poetically as I go in prose. Let's see, what else do I need? We got that, and that. We need the saplings themselves. So we'll start off with some oak saplings. Witchery requires oak as a sapling or the wood for the fume, the foul fume, I think is. I didn't memorize all of the fumes and the distilled potions and all of that yet, but as I recall, spruce is a big part of it. Let's see if I can remember. There's birch. It gives a different kind of fume or drink, whatever you want to call it. Jungle is another one, but oak will take its place. I think oak wood and jungle sapling are synonymous in their output. I may be wrong about that. Let's see, what else do we need? So we got that. We're going to need, I'm going to leave the plants for later. The belladonna, the snowbell, the snowbell, is it? Or snow seed? I don't remember. But there's also the mandrake is a big part of it. It gets you started with everything. Yeah, we'll leave those for later. I just want to get these trees going for now. We're going to need a tesseract. Let's get a tesseract here. Here's one. Yeah, I think this will start us off good. All right, so let's get started. Now, I've separated this out so that in the center, I have 5 blocks out on every side. So I'll go out from here from the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the planter here. So let's get our shovel out. And is that centered? No, it should be right here. But I got one axis perfect, so that'll work perfect. Okay, so we'll go down here. I know I'm going to need lights down here because it's kind of dark. So let's go ahead and light this place up. Don't need any dank basement here. We're living in style here. We'll drop this here, and that'll give us an ability to place our planter right against it. And then a dirt block will go on top of that. So another 5. 1, 2. You know what? I'll go off 5 from here, and that'll make it easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Planter. And where's my center? Looks like the center's here. I don't know if no, center's right here. But I want to get a little closer. It looks like I'm far away. I don't know. It looks like I got more than 10 here. But that'll do. I don't mind. All right, we'll do the same thing here. Drop a block and put the planter right on top of that block. All right, now we need some dirt blocks for the top of that. But we'll place our stuff in here. Now, before I activate them, though, are they powered? Let's see. They're not powered. I'm going to filter them so that we produce more, I guess. No, we're going to even it out. I think we got plenty of each. So let's just even them out. We'll do half or a third. A third of each. So that it goes here. And now we can drop all of these in there. This is the reservoir where it picks out of. And this delineates where each thing will be planted. So, once we give it power, you should see them start springing up. Now, I'm going to need an upgrade. An upgrade will go here because these are defaulted to a 3x3. That means the center is the center of a 3x3 block. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Just a small little area. So, I'm going to give it an upgrade to advance by, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We could go 3. And just leave a space off the end. Let's do that. So we'll increase by 3 on each one of these planters. And to do this right, you know what? I'm going to put the grinders against this wall. And let's see if we can line this up. We'll take it against this wall also. Got to get rid of these little forge block strips. Did I get rid of this? Very good. And the grinder can go here. Grinder, I mean harvester. The harvester. And that'll pick up the trees. Now we need to wire it. All right, so I made a little hole here so I can get down easily here. And we're going to have to break this. Let's see if we can line this up. I'm going straight across this way. Oh, I'll have to get rid of this block. And let's see if we can make it the same for this. Going across here. Get rid of this forged micro block. We're probably going to have to get rid of these too. I don't know if it'll let us wire up to the harvester above. So we'll get rid of it just in case. Okay, so they're gone. Now, just to be tidy, I'm going to get rid of these. I could probably use these for the tops of the planters before I forget. I'll just place them down now. Oops. Here we go. And here. Very good. We're making progress every day. Let's connect these up. So, you can connect anywhere on the harvester. Or, I'm sorry, the planter. But the harvester, I'm not sure if you need to connect from that hole in the back. I think an update's been done where you can now connect on any side of the harvester. And I'd like to give it a try to see if it'll work. So, let's connect these energy conduits across, just like we did the other one. And the item conduits, we can just touch the nodes. And that'll activate. Very good. It'll flip it to this side. Very good. So the item conduit, which is this one. If you want energy conduit, is this one. But the item conduit is this one. We're going to insert into the planter with a priority. Now this is important. You hardly ever use it, but I'd like to explain what this is. If you have a lot of different inventories, like let's say this is an inventory and this is an inventory, you have a lot of them, and you have chests, and you have an ME system, and you have this and that. There's different places for the items to go. Well, if you set a higher priority, like a 1 or a 10 or a million or whatever, here, then it'll prefer to go here first into this planter, above and beyond a preference for any other place. So it'll desire to go here before any other place. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to place a tesseract. And I guess I'm going to place it somewhere in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. But there's going to be connection here. And I'll connect the energy to here, because the tesseract will supply energy for all these machines. And I'll also connect the item conduits to all of these also. And here's where it gets tricky. The reason why I have a higher priority here of 1 is because this is going to be a inventory also. And so we'll set this to items send, because we're manufacturing items in this place and sending it to the tesseract so that it goes to our ME system over there. So the tesseract is sort of like an inventory. So in this item inventory place, I'm going to set it to insert and keep it as default. So it will prefer to send here and here. I'll set this to 1 also. Insert priority 1. It'll prefer to go here before it'll go here. So all of the items will go across here. It won't even look down. It'll prefer to go there. So that'll work for a certain reason. And this was all planned out. I've done this before and it seems to work just fine. If I can set this so that I can occupy all the slots here, so there's none available other than the saplings that I place here, and the amount doesn't matter, then these will get filled up and there's no places for apples and logs to go. It'll want to go here, but it can't. So when it sees the 1, it'll want to go here. Here comes the apple, and it doesn't fit here because the slots are all full, so it bounces. Then it's going to go over here. And if it sees an inventory availability, and it does, then it'll go here, apples. And for that reason, I need to fill this up with junk that will occupy this space. And I think I'm going to use this for now. I could use cobblestone or whatever. But I don't want apples to go in here or logs. So after it goes here, then it jumps to the 3rd place, which is here, and it'll send it to my ME system. I hope that was clear and it makes sense. If it does, hit the like button. Trying to get free likes there. All right, so now what we need to do is go ahead and connect the harvesters. We've ran the wire over here, but we didn't go all the way. Now, here's the question. I don't know if they've updated this where it doesn't need to go in here anymore. It'll go to any spot. I'd like to give it a try. I think they have updated it, and so that's why I wanted to give it a try. We'll need energy also, and that'll supply energy for this item. There it goes. It's going now. And so this, oh, there it goes. It planted. And there's our 3 lines of birch, 3 lines of oak, and 3 lines of spruce. We'll need the upgrade again. I forgot about that. All right, so we're going to go, let's go this way. I need a back alleyway to get across to that other harvester here. All right, we have access. We can do it here. And item conduit into the nodes. And one thing I forgot, we need to extract from this because it won't be able to come out if we don't extract. So we'll do it to both. And this should do it. I think we're done here. This should be an operational thing here. Now I'm going to take a quick look at how much oak I have here. I have, let's see, 1741. Oh, forgot. I do need a watering can. I want to give it a test and see how this works. 1741, I think, was the number. Let's see. Oh, the harvester is not going to pick it up because I don't have the upgrade yet. And we said we wanted a 3 upgrade. So let's go ahead and make those upgrades. I have some here. Ooh, these are perfect. No, this one's 10. This one's 2, but I will take this one. Iron. And this one is lapis. Oh, okay, I remember what this was for. This was for when we were trying out the fountains to see how high they can shoot. And they can take an upgrade to shoot even higher. So we found the right number right there. And so I didn't need the rest of this. So we'll need another upgrade of iron. Let's get another upgrade. And here it is. Iron. And yes, we have enough stuff to get it. Now this will be for the planter. But now for the harvester, here's the tricky part. The harvester is not a 3. Because remember, this upgrade, 3, will bring it out 3 more, which will be up to here. But the harvester's got to do an extra reach because it has a space that we're not using. So it'll be 4. I think it has to be 4. There's a way we can test it building a special kind of hammer. And I think I'm going to build it. I don't think I've built it yet. I may have. No, I don't see it here. It's a big silver hammer. It's probably going to be in the last page. But let me start on page 1. Here it is. Precision Sledgehammer by Minefactory Reloaded. Minefactory Reloaded is the same company that built the harvester and the planter. So this is the one, and it takes plastic sheets and some, looks like regular sticks. Yes, we can make it. Okay. Now, you know what? Let's build a mock upgrade just to see if we got the right number. I think it's a 4. So let's go ahead and take a stab in the dark. Build a 4. It's not that expensive. And we'll see how it goes. I don't want to build it too big because then the harvesters get crossed. And one harvester will pick up trees from a different area. So as you can see, the hammer's working. I just need to hold on to the hammer and it'll tell me what area it's picking up. This is harvesting only this area. The reason why you see this block here is not because of the harvester, it's because the planter underneath the ground. This planter is going to take care of this area. That's why you saw 2 different blocks here. So let's go ahead and upgrade this. Oops, I changed the side at which it's facing. Let's flip it around. You can do that with this hammer also. Handy little hammer. Let's go with this upgrade here. We'll smackety smack this guy in there. And now we can take the hammer and see how far it'll reach. Aha. Yes, it'll do the whole thing. So copper is the right size for it. We can go ahead and build another copper for there. And you can see that auto spawner is spawning mobs in this area. It's a handy little device. If you don't have one, this hammer is excellent for it. So let's build another one of these upgrades. We'll grab that and smackety smack it into this harvester. And now we can put these upgrades in the planter below. And then we'll water can them to see if it'll send to our ME system. That one's going to remain like that for a while because we haven't developed the kinds of plants that I want to place in here. I need to filter these to a certain kind of plant. So let's go ahead. Yep, it's done it just fine. All right, let's go ahead and water it and see what does what. I think it was 1741. My memory is bad. Let's go ahead and check again. Oak, 1741. Ooh, I'm a whiz. All right, oak, do your thing, oak. Let's see, 1741, do your thing. Harvester's active. Let's give it a second. And we'll see if it does send here. Hopefully. Throw this stuff away as we wait. And as I run out of words to say. Did it cut it down? Maybe the harvester's... Yeah, something's going on with the harvester. Alright, so let's troubleshoot this. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to guess it's this back thing here. But let's continue to troubleshoot just to make sure. Extract is on. It is powered. You can see it's powered. Ah, there it goes. Okay, let me just explain one thing. Okay, so the harvester the way it's harvesting is it's checking line by line, back and forth. I don't know which direction, but let's say it's this direction. It's going like this. And since it was the last tree back there, it's going to take a while before it gets there. It keeps checking, and once it's there, it starts all over again. And that's how this harvester works. So you have to give it a second. All right, so let's go ahead and check. Did it send my oak here? 1746. Awesome. All right, guys. I gave it a few minutes just to make sure everything was running good. And I did come up with something. Yeah, this is going super slow. And you know what it is? You know what time it is? Yeah, I forgot. One more thing we need to do with this farm is get some void fluid pipes. And we only need 2. But we place them on top of the harvester just to make them run a lot faster. So let's go ahead and place them there. Boom. Yep. I don't want to pick anything up with my magnet. But there it goes. It looks awesome. And it's going, it's going, it's going. As long as the wood is connected to another wood, it'll continue to take the whole thing down. We'll need to add it to this one also. And that'll be ready when we add the trees that go on this side. But that's for another mod, another episode. All right, let's put this away. And guys, there's one more thing I wanted to do. We took a lot of time on that, but we're going to go quickly on this one. Now, what's been going on with the magic crops and the other crops? We have carrots and potatoes and other such things. Sugarcane, which I've used a lot, and wheat here, barley. They haven't been harvesting. I've been manually having to place the hoe in them, and if we look inside, the hoe wears away and just vanishes. So what I'm going to do is set up an automated system to get hoes to go and make a visit to our gardener, our planter. So here we go. Ender chests. We need a couple. 1, 2, and some item conduit. We'll just take the whole stack and see how many we need. Let's see, do we need energy conduit? I don't think so. I think we need an ME glass cable and an export bus. And the export bus will send the hose over to where they need to go. I don't need any kind of accelerator card or even a fuzzy, because what's been going on is I'm developing a huge amount of hose here, and these hose come from our witch spawner. And the witch spawner sometimes spawns special mobs, high-powered mobs in this pack. And those high-powered mobs sometimes drop special tools and such. So, like for example, I was getting thousands upon thousands of axes. And I was thinking, you know what, I may start collecting the axes, but then I place it back into the filter to send it into the trash can, because it turns out the harvesters from EnderIO, these harvesters, don't actually use the axes. The axes are for cutting down trees. So you can see it's brand spanking new. It hasn't been used. So let's go ahead and start this off. I'm going to go up to the top floor. Not the top floor, but the next floor above. And then go behind that wall that you saw there. We're going to place our ender chests. I'm going to need to color code this something different, because this is white, and I want to make it some specific color. Let's go ahead and, I don't think we're using orange. We'll give it a try and see. Let's look what's inside of orange. Boom. Doesn't look like anything is going through it. So we'll color code this to be orange. Boom. And both of them open. Okay, good. All right, let's stand on top of this so we can break it a little easier. And there we are. Now we'll need the ME glass cable and the export bus and the hoe. All right, let's place the ME glass cable right there. I should have placed the export bus first. It's easier to aim that way. And then inside the export bus, we'll set an image of a hoe there. So any hoes that are inside the ME system that's behind this wall will always send, because of this export bus, will always send into this chest. And so you can see that it's filling up. Oh, I wanted to put this hoe away. Did it catch it in time? All right, so that ender chest is working just the way I wanted to. We're going to go back downstairs in front of our ME system, and there it is. And I say it like that, not patronizing you. It's just that some people forget how I built my base. And so I'm trying to with a steady hand, move my mouse slowly so that you know where I am, and it sort of makes sense where the whole layout is, where everything is. I don't really use the mini-map on my screen a whole lot, and for that reason, I have to keep explaining it so that you guys can understand. Now, I can place this ender chest anywhere in this place because all of these item conduits are connected to each other. So I'm going to just place it next to this tesseract. It'll sort of make sense. Instead of placing it right next to the tesseract, I will place it here. And this is extract always. Let's take a look now. Yes, it sent a hoe and it's harvesting. Everything's harvesting. Let's take a look. Oh, I didn't catch the whole thing in time. It just finished the sugarcane. Okay, so I did the whole thing faster than our eye can see. It did the whole room. Those hoes are awesome. Okay. We'll look inside and we'll see that the hose are in there and they are slightly used and abused. And that's what hoses are for. All right, guys. I think this is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Awesome episode. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will catch you next time. I do want to remind you, I hardly ever mention it. I don't think I've ever mentioned it. Yeah, I mentioned it once. Can you please hit the like button? That'll help me because it'll share it to other people. If you like this episode, only if you like this episode. Thank you guys, and I will catch you on the next time. Bye.